stop pretending like we were in love. We never shared anything but the drugs. We were both numb, never had anything real between us. Channel, I know it's been a while, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today I'm gonna be reacting to a video called "Do All Black People Think the Same?" Well, we're both going to be reacting to this. I watched a video the other day. It was called "Do All White People Think the Same?" or whatever. And, you know, it was pretty interesting. Like, very, very interesting. Alright? And I just need to, and I saw that they have all black people think the same. I need to watch this. Okay? You know, I'm not really good on politics because when somebody doesn't agree with me, I tend to get, very, you know, I get all over the place. But we're gonna see today what these black people think. Mind you, I'm black, guys. I'm black. Anyways, alright, we're gonna start. I hope you guys can hear this, but let's get into this. I'm not gonna try to pause because I hate when people pause all the time. But let's see how I react to it. Okay.
All black people aren't gonna be the same.
Cool, and I agree with you. And that's why I'm in the disagree column. I don't need that kind of foolishness around.
Alright, let's fight. What's up?
It's a computer. I hope I can hear this. Oh, this is how high it could go. So. That's crazy.
Run over here.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I thoroughly enjoy fried chicken. I love it. You know, I understand the stereotypes about it and all that kind of stuff, but I love it.
I just don't really like fried food. I'm not really a fan of chicken. I've never ate it, so.
Never? What?
You've never had fried chicken?
I have had it. I don't enjoy it. I don't really eat fried foods. I try to eat pretty
Keep
healthy.
it on the safe side.
There is nothing wrong with white people wearing dreads.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Oh my god. I'm weak.
I feel like I'm always on them. Would you guys be offended if I had dreads since I'm biracial, since I'm half black and half white? So where is the line? Like if someone's a quarter black?
I'm not going to sit there and come to your face and be like, you're not 100% black, therefore you can't. Like, that's not
Yo,
my
imagine
place.
being black
However,
and white. Like, how would
if you're
people
a white
see
person
you? Like, I don't understand.
and you have
like,
dreads in your hair, it's like,
can you
what,
be racist
what
or
does that mean to you?
can you
And
be
you're not
black?
even wearing
I don't know.
Like, you don't wash up.
I just don't see how a race can own a hairstyle. To be honest, like, hair is hair. There's all kinds of hairstyles in Africa. I still don't think that, like, a single race group can say, this one hairstyle, nobody else can do it but me.
I really don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo. I don't even know how to answer these questions. I mean, not questions, but statements. What?
This cookout needs to just die. Like, no more cookouts. No, bruh, just go home. Like, there ain't no cookout.
I'm sorry, I strongly agree because I don't like the idea of perpetuating this concept that all black people have to be the same and think the same and act the same. I don't think he's fully understood. People like Kanye are creatives and he uses like creative speech. And some people just take him at face value or like kind of like the literal sense of what he's saying. And if you did that, every creative could be taken the wrong way.
I disagree with that, Deep. Like, I don't think that he's so creative and that his words are being misinterpreted. Like, he's making very specific phrases, like, black people chose to be slaves. That's completely untrue, and in my opinion, that's just unacceptable.
But I think that's people misunderstanding what he's saying. I really don't think he's trying to.
Yeah,
How do you interpret that?
No, I think what he's saying is there's a mindset where you know like
Here, so, okay, like, he was trying to say it in the term of, like, you know, it was a choice for you to stay there when you knew that you could have done whatever else to get out, and maybe you would have ended up dead, but it would have been better than being a slave. So, I don't, it's not like I'm, whoa.
This is not you talking to Kanye. This don't you believe that today there are people whose mindset they're corporate slaves, or they're people?
But you gotta be careful with the language you use. Kanye's an artist. He's a lyricist. So you can't say stuff like that, because some people haven't learned their history yet. And some people don't know that it was millions and millions and millions of blacks who fought oppression, who fought slavery.
But you're right in that he needs to be more conscious of his word choice, because there's not everybody who's going to understand that.
And that's why I say somebody as smart as Kanye, I think he's doing this for shock value and for money. And if he's doing that, he's setting people back. And that's why I can't.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to pause, but I already would have paused, because that's right. Okay, I know it's not about Kanye, all this, but I need to talk because he says slavery is a choice. Like, oh my God, boy. Oh my God. As a black person, as a woman of color, or as a person of color, period, we understand, like, we understand what our ancestors went through and stuff like that, and it just... How could you even say that slavery is a choice? Like, I would get if a white person said it, because you don't know the how do I put this? Kanye, as a black person, shouldn't have said slavery is a choice. If he wanted to, like, somehow make it he was trying to say something else, he could have said something else. Like, you have to be cautious about your words, because I can't come out and say, oh, slaveries are weak. What? Slaveries? Okay, slaves are weak, all this, that. Like, how am I, as a black person, gonna say, oh, slaves are weak, they should have knew what they was doing, they should have fought back? Like, it don't sound right for me. And it's weird to, it just don't sound right coming from a black person that, you know, slavery is a choice. Like, it's like you're making slavery a little thing. You're making it sound like it's so little, like, oh, it's just slavery. Like, y'all could have done something. Like, are you serious? First of all, we should stop focusing on the fact that, oh, we should have done something. We should have fought it. Like, I mean, there was some courageous people that still found their way out of slavery. And even if they didn't, we should not be blaming the people of color, like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done this. No, like, slavery is wrong, racism is wrong. Like, that's not something like, oh yeah, you should just get up and... I don't know the whole thing of what Kanye says, so I don't know if I'm talking wrong or whatever, but in my opinion, the fact that you could see around social media, hashtag slavery is a choice, like, it's like, are you serious? Like, the way that's put, like, how does that even what? Like, I don't know. You know, I could be wrong right now. Whatever, like, I don't know. I forgot what Kanye said, but just saying slavery is a choice is really not... Like, you can't be in your right mind to say that. But that's my opinion. Like, you should be more cautious with your words. If you was trying to say something else, you should have just said something else. Like, you're not coming off very friendly or strong, or you're not coming off like you're really here for the black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's too much. But anyways, let's get back to this video. I just think that, yeah, Kanye should be invited to the cookout. Maybe, but if he says the wrong thing, he may get kicked out. You know, we give him a chance, but I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Rock with him on that.
What scares me is the second somebody speak in PC or not, or they're able to articulate what they're trying to say well or not, that they're excluded from cookouts and from a culture and from your identity. And I think that's scary, because I'll tell you right now, the more we treat people who are different and isolate ourselves even, I think the worse it is for us long term. And to be honest, we're going to drive more and more people to have closeted feelings and emotions. And this goes back to people saying, like, would you rather have a racist next to you that's hiding it, or would you rather have a racist next to you that's letting you know how they feel and you know where they're coming from?
Cool, and I agree with you. And that's why I'm in the disagree column. He can come eventually once we have some conversations. But right now, I don't need that kind of foolishness around the children.
Holy. Oh, because I thought somebody was going to disagree.
It was created to monitor the minority in the group. Back in the day, it was the Irish, it was Italians, and so it's ingrained into the system of policing. And that's the problem. I think we have to reframe what policing is now. And until we do that, it will always be targeting people of color because that's what it was created to do.
I see it as like there's a little bit of a socio-economic piece to it. It's like kind of saying the SEC mostly prosecutes white people. Through like years of institutional racism, you know, where there's poverty and there's communities that are kind of like have created this like perfect storm of issues, like whether it's legal issues, people robbing each other, selling drugs or whatnot. You know, the idea is if you police that neighborhood more, you're going to have more of them arrested.
Can I ask you, like, do you feel like there are equal amount of arrests happening on Wall Street than there are happening in the hood?
Like the white collar like crimes are I do think that they're less like monitored and less, you know, but without having all the data that I need. But I do feel that they don't suffer as much consequence when they commit crimes.
That's very true. You got to look at the prison industrial complex here too in the U.S. That's huge business. So, and if you look at a group of citizens that have been perceived as no value having to society or whatever, okay, boom, we're going to push them, we're going to pipeline them into that system.
Yeah, I also think that, you know, the qualifications to become a police officer are so low, and it's like, my life is literally in your hands, man. Like, if I get pulled over, maybe that will be the day that I go home to be with the Lord. And I think that that's really tough for me because you don't want to be distrustful of the police, but they're so incredibly distrustful of us that it's like, you could literally kill me.
That's that right there.
Worked in law enforcement, and he's a black man. So there are some law enforcement officers that don't feel that way. However, I think a lot of it does have to do with fear and the fear of black people. So I think that if we kind of address that fear level and that we didn't portray black people, especially black men, as, you know, big, scary guys, that would change a lot of stuff.
I act differently around people who aren't black. 3, 2, 1.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You moonwalking? Which one? How you gonna moonwalk? Which one are you going?
I agree that I act differently around people that aren't black just because, like, corporate America doesn't want to hear me talking, doesn't want to hear me speaking in slang, and I am not happy about it. Like, I wish that it was different, but I feel like I need to do to fit into that group.
I strongly disagree. I am me wherever I go. I'm a proud black man, and I'm gonna speak my truth every day of the week.
Go off,
you don't like it? Shit, it ain't on me. That's on you. And I feel like it's a disservice to anyone I'm around if I'm not being my authentic self. Because my white friends might want to hang out with me because I'm black. They want some flavor. So if I go in being something totally different, then
There's different things. One thing is, are you changing yourself, or are you changing how you're communicating who you are? And I'm changing how I'm communicating who I am, and I still remain the same.
Like, do you have the white voice?
Do I have a white voice? I know, Cole, I'm a black man, trust me. Every black person growing up in America can code switch.
Then you need to move a little bit.
But here's the thing. The question was, do I act different when I'm in different surroundings? And no. But see, how would I ever be accepted if I'm always code switching? That means I'm always acquiescing to something else. You see what I'm saying? So in order to be accepted, you got to bring you.
Do you guys, when you say code switch, do you mean you change the actual words you say, or do you mean you change the tone of your voice?
I change how I say it, and I change what I say. I'll walk into a business meeting different than how I walk into the basketball court. So that's me changing to fit the scenario to benefit the end goal. And I don't view that as a negative. I view that as me focusing on what the end goal is.
But I feel like American society has made black people operate in that fashion. Yeah. Because nobody asks white people to code switch. They can be white in America, China, wherever. They accept it. We're around like Visa. But I'm the only one that has to go around and say, oh, hi, how you doing?
Better be proud. If you're not proud, you better. We could talk. Okay, go. Y'all better go off. Ooh.
I'm glad that we all strongly agree.
Right.
Yeah, I love that, you know, we can have these discussions and like still go home knowing that we're family, and I love I love being black. I love that blackness is expressed many different ways. It's not just one way.
I'm proud to be biracial. I'm proud of my immigrant half, proud of my black half. My ancestors fought their own freedom from slavery.
Yeah, I love being black. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, yeah, it presents its challenges, but I couldn't fathom being something else.
Right.
So I am very proud to be.
Shout out to all my black sisters and brothers out there. That's me.
Thank you.
Yo, it wasn't even that bad. Like, actually, I'm gonna react to another one. Oh my god, they have a lot. Wow. Okay, let me stop. All right, so it said a lot of things. Like one of them were, what did they say? When you get around other people of another race, do you change up the way you talk? And you know that's actually a fact. Like, I don't know if other people do it. Well, obviously some of them do it, but if you do it, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I do catch myself when I'm around white people specifically, I do change my tone of voice and the way I speak, because you know that, like they said, nobody wants to hear, like, not nobody, but like especially white people, they don't want to hear like all the slang, and because then they're gonna instantly think you're a thug and you about it. Like, no, like, it's just where you come from. Like, just being honest, if you come up in a black family or even just a Caribbean family, like, let's be honest, they don't speak like the English that mostly a white person would be speaking. Like I have a teacher, I'm not gonna say her name. Look, I'm over here backing her up and stuff, but my English teacher talks like a robot. Like, she talks like a robot, like Siri. Like, that's how she talks to me in my head. But it's probably the way she was raised and stuff, the way you're supposed to talk. And she's an English teacher, so I mean, an English teacher with no grammar, I guess. But like, still, it's like, you know, it triggers me, because I'm not gonna say I have no grammar at all and I don't know how to speak correctly. It's like, but growing up, the people I grew up around, like, they have used slang, like, oh, this ain't right, like, this ain't, like, you don't see people talking like that a lot. That don't mean I'm like a gangster, nothing. Like, that don't mean anything, actually. It's just where you come from and where you grew up from and the people that surround you, how they talk. It don't make you any less of a person or nothing. So, yeah, when I made that point, it was true. Like, I really do catch myself trying to switch on my tone when I get around people like that, because I want to sound extra nice, you know? I know I'm a nice person. Like, if I get around people of color, my brothers and sisters, like, I could talk like this, and, you know, I could talk with my hands, and then I can be like, oh, my God. Like, you know, they're not going to be all, okay, she's a little ratchet. No, they're just going to, it's more comforting, but, like, when you're around other race, you wanna, like, you don't wanna come off too strong or as an angry black woman, like, you know what I'm saying, like, with an attitude or something. But I honestly think we shouldn't do that. But my personal opinion, I catch myself doing that because I feel like it's just gonna cause more problems. You know, it's just like, I don't know, I really don't have an opinion on that. It's just like, I do catch myself doing that. But yeah, I feel like if you're black, be proud. I don't care where you come from, you know. You always got, at least you're not the only black person in the world. Imagine, like, it was just one black person in the world and they all hate you. That would be crazy. But you got brothers and sisters in this world. Like, I know, like, we kind of have this hate towards each other. I don't know why. I really don't know. But, you know, cherish your black mothers, your brothers, your sisters, your fathers, your whatever, your uncles, your aunts, because we all really face the same problems. Like, we have similar struggles. If we would just open up, have an open heart to each other, instead of turning the cold shoulder, instead of looking up sideways and stuff, instead of wanting to fight or looking at them like, oh, you this, or you, like, being all bougie. Like, we honestly go through the same things. Like, if we really sit down and talk to one another, we really would relate on a lot of topics that we don't speak about. But yeah, so I guess all black people don't think the same. We all have different routes that we take, and we have different experiences, and we have different reactions to it, and we feel different about different things. So that's what makes us human. But yeah, spread love, guys. At this point, just spread love, because we don't have time for the hate anymore. On this side, we are not hating. We are not over here spreading hate. We are not coming with any jealousy or hate or envy or none of that. Like, that gotta go out the door. Leave that at the door. Like, if you're not coming to me with an open heart, please turn around. Period. That's in my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like reaction videos, I'm probably not even gonna react to like music. Like, I feel like the things I watch on YouTube, I don't be reacting. I don't be listening to music on YouTube. I have a music app for that. But you know what I'm saying. But if you like this, and your opinions, comment down below, like, about this video. Anything you disagree with, if you disagree with me or you agree with me, or anything, honestly. And if you're proud to be black, you know, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, you know, say it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.